everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today I am building a house that I was imagining was like partially a house, partially a business. So this is a doggy daycare that's being run out of somebody's home, and I'm building in the world of Henford on Bagley. I went into this build idea thinking like a home for somebody who fosters dogs or something like that. It was a suggestion that I've had written down for a really long time, but as this build evolved, it seems more like somebody who runs a doggy daycare out of their house. But if you have ideas on how I could still achieve the whole like concept of a foster parent house for pets, let me know, because I felt like this like very much turned into a doggy daycare situation, which I adore. I love that so much, and it reminds me that I really need to bring my dog for a daycare day sometime soon because it's such a good way to get him some fun socialization. So anyway, this house is on the smaller side. I'm not sure if it actually ends up staying a tiny house in the end or not. I turned that on, but I don't think I was really going for a tiny house. I was just like, we'll see how this ends up. But it ends up being sort of like inspired by like a converted barn. And we have a lot of agility equipment and like outdoor space for the dogs to play in out here. So I have a few different pieces that they can like jump through or run on. We have a couple of doggy beds. I end up having a bunch of places for toys, and there ends up being some automatic feeders out here as well. And I wanted there to be like a double fence, so like when you come in to drop off your dog, you're not immediately like ambushed by all of the other dogs that are trying to escape. It just seemed like a good safety feature. I don't know if that's really going to matter that much in The Sims, but realism speaking, I think that made a lot of sense. I also put like a little doggy on this sign. I wanted to have some sort of signage outside that indicated what this place was, and I was very indecisive about the colors. I go back and forth so many times between a few different options because I thought it wasn't standing out enough. And also this part of this world in Henford on Bagley is very green and like yellowy toned, and so things just look a little bit, I'm not sure if it's washed out in comparison. I don't know. I was having a lot of trouble figuring out what colors I wanted to go with because they just look so strange here because of the color of the world. I don't know if that makes sense or if anyone else sees that, but even just like trying to take screenshots of this lot to make a thumbnail, I was struggling with it so much because of the coloring of this area. Anyway, over here I ended up putting a pond. I actually did build this over on Twitch first, and that was a chat suggestion to have a pond over on the side of the lot. That would be really cute. And I imagine like the sim that lives here actually has a dog of their own, and that dog probably does some like playing in the water and stuff. I don't think your sims and dogs can't swim in the ponds, but the dogs can play at the edge of them. So I imagine they probably do that. But if it were possible, I would think jumping off here and like swimming around and like playing fetch in the water with your dog would be so cute. Oh my goodness. So that was kind of the thought process there, and then also filling up the rest of the lot that way. So that's what's over there. That's more of a private area of the house, whereas the other side with the fenced in space and all the dog stuff is like where the doggy daycare part takes place. And the inside has like areas I imagine the dogs would access as well. If you go through those doors, through the doggy daycare, the double doors where that glass roof is, that is actually the kitchen space that I imagine the dogs have access to. And then there's another door leading to the rest of the house. So yeah, anyway, I'm working on landscaping now. I wanted to get lots of trees and flowers and like overgrown grass. I didn't want this place to look like perfectly kept, but I wanted it to like not look overgrown, I suppose. I wanted it to look natural, and I really like how the landscaping comes out on this lot. I'm just getting a variety of different greenery pieces, mostly from the debug catalog and show live edit objects with cottage living, because even when I'm not building in this world, I tend to use the landscaping from this pack because it's beautiful. I really, really like it, and of course it fit nicely when I was building in this world. But working on some of the terrain paint, I can't remember if this is one of the times I had to redo the terrain paint or not, but it's pretty simple. It's just a little bit of dirt and a little bit of this stone pathway as well, and a little bench over here by the front door. I figured that was a good place to sit or put down some things while you were checking in your dog to doggy daycare and all of that sort of stuff. Anyway, if you would like to download this build, it will be available on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You can also find it under the hashtag Miss Gryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. Right now I'm just trying to figure out like putting a little bit of a fence around this lot so it looks a little bit more private, I suppose. But I didn't want to use the same fencing, and I thought that this debug fencing with like the stone looked really nice, and it allowed me to put some more landscaping around that. But yeah, just grabbing some like newspapers and stuff to put outside and inside for some messes that dogs might have had, as well as these dog bowls. There's some dog food as well on that bench. And then I'm trying to figure out the floor plan. And this did take me a really long time to figure out because I wanted to make sure, you know, we had all of the living spaces and a bedroom and a bathroom and access to upstairs to do something with that. And the bathroom ends up being upstairs and you have to go up a ladder to get there, which is a little awkward. I try to avoid ladders unless I'm doing like a tiny house with a lofted space or into an attic or something, because I just don't think it's that realistic to get to the second floor of your house. You have a ladder instead of a staircase. But through all of the trying, I was not able to get a staircase to work. It just didn't work in this house. So we do have a ladder. It's a little bit awkward, but you know what? I think it adds to the charm of this house. It's a little bit strange, and I like that. So yeah, you'll get to see the struggle of the floor plan here. I was still trying to make that staircase work, but I ended up putting the ladder in that like fake chimney space. And the bedroom here ends up being a very spacious bedroom. The door to the outside actually is through the bedroom, which I really like actually. And we have a really cozy living space. And so I think it works out pretty nicely. But it's a little bit of a strange floor plan. I'm not going to lie, but it's fine. And then the kitchen, like I said, I was thinking the dogs sometimes come in here, sometimes don't. And I was thinking about putting a bathtub in there, but I decided to put one outside instead. That is the like craftable one, the wooden one. I thought that would look nice because you're going to need a bathtub to bathe the dogs. So that was an important item to have. And since the bathroom was upstairs, it didn't matter if it had a tub or not. We weren't going to be able to get upstairs with the dogs because of having a ladder instead of a staircase. So it just made sense to put a tub outside. But this is the living space. I really love the color scheme I went with in here. I think it's super cozy, like the style of everything, and kind of a little bit like thrifted, or I'm not sure what style I would call this, but I really like it. I think it's so like comforting and homey, and I just really, really enjoy it. And I can imagine like lounging up here with the dogs on the couch, and it just sounds like the best. I love animals, so, you know. I also got some little doggy statues from Cats and Dogs. I thought that was a necessity. The sim that lives here obviously loves dogs, so I wanted to make sure that was apparent in most of this build. And I believe I got this little painting from Cats and Dogs as well, and probably some more. I was just trying to make the space look really lived in and cozy, so trying to get a lot of stuff on the walls, a lot of like, I want all the space to be filled in. Like somebody clearly lives here and uses this space to its full potential. It's not overly cluttered, but I feel like it's pretty busy, if that makes sense. Like there's furniture everywhere, but I didn't add like an excessive amount of clutter. Hopefully that comes across because I want it to be functional for these Sims that would be living here, 1 or 2 Sims, and at least 1 or 2 of their own dogs, and then they have dogs coming over to take care of, and you know, I just wanted it to be functional. Back in the kitchen now, we're working on picking out the countertops and cabinets. I use these base game ones because there are so many better swatches on them now ever since we got that swatch update last year. Have a couple more of the dog food things in here and a doggy door to get into the kitchen as well, which I thought was really cute. And, you know, just getting all the appliances we need. Got a stove, fridge, sink, all of that. Some cute flowers, some dog treats. I wanted it to have a little bit of personality in here, and my favorite cutting board, of course. We did get curtains over here. I couldn't remember. I really like the windows that came with Discover University. Those are the ones we're using here that have the shutters on the outside. I think the shape of them is really pretty on the inside and outside, so I was happy to use that. And then I'm figuring out what bed I want to have in here. I also added another toy box on the inside, and I thought that this bed worked really well for the style, but also the color scheme I was going for. This is a base game bed that I think got added to the base game a couple of years ago. I want to say it has something to do with The Sims Mobile. I might be wrong, but then I have a little dog bed over here in the corner think a plant as well. And we're just going to get some side tables and make this room pretty cozy. And I think the dresser and stuff is going to go over, over there closer to the door to outside. But it's a really spacious room. There's definitely space to put down a bigger dog bed if you have a sim that has a bigger dog, or you just want your tiny dog or tiny cat to have like a massive bed, because I understand that completely. That's so cute. They're just so big in The Sims, and I feel like my Sims have trouble walking around them, which is really frustrating. So I also added a TV in here. It's nice to lounge in bed and watch TV in real life and in The Sims now that they can properly do that. That was something I was really happy when they finally patched in, because it was always weird to me that they couldn't lay in bed and watch TV. I wish there was more stuff they could do. Like in The Sims 3, your Sims would like cuddle in bed, like just on the top of the bed. They could like cuddle and like kiss and stuff. When they went to sleep, they could actually like cuddle in under the covers and sleep, which was so nice. And I feel like there is some more things too that we just don't have for some reason in The Sims 4. But I don't know when they could ever add that. Maybe that could be patched in with the new wedding pack, like more romance options. They can cuddle in bed. I don't know. I highly doubt that, but that'd be really cool. Anyway, this is the one bathroom in the house. It does have a shower tub combo. If you're ever able to renovate this house and have stairs up here, that would be helpful for the dogs. But if not, at least your sim has the option of showering or taking a bath. And then we have a little like deck area up here. I put a fire pit, some chairs and stuff. It's just pretty cozy up here. I just wanted to do something with the space, but you could definitely change that to be whatever you would like. This would be probably a good painting spot, to be honest, or any of the like artsy craftsy things you can do in the game. And then I have a desk and like bookcase and stuff up here. I was thinking this could be a nice writing area. I was kind of imagining that the sim that lives here not only cares about dogs, but like writes about dogs. Either it could be like fictional stories, or it could be like books on dog care. I think either could work, but they have like a typewriter up here and a really cozy setup, and I just really enjoyed this space. I thought it was a lot of fun and a fun storyline for this sim, but that's pretty much it for this build. We're just going to be getting a couple more decorations, a little bit more clutter, not too much, because like I said, I wanted to keep it fairly simple, and some more landscaping to make it fit into its surroundings, and then we'll be heading on into screenshots. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. That really does help me out. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications to be notified of every single time I upload a new video. And if you want to be a part of the building process, I do build a lot of my builds over on twitch.tv/MsGryphi. I stream there 3 days a week, and there are links down below. I'd love to have you join us. And with that, please enjoy the screenshots, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.